Well, good evening. Just a wrap up of the council meeting for Monday, December 15th, 2014. This is the last meeting of the year. We had an opportunity tonight to say farewell to two of our council members, Barb Sanderson and Joe Chandler. They are moving on after 6 years by council member Chandler, and actually about 8 years from council member Sanderson. She'd spent a time on the council earlier in her career and came in to fill in these last 2 years with the death of Gary McInerney. So we had an opportunity earlier to speak of the accomplishments that both of them have had and to recognize Gary. Under the consent agenda this evening, we are looking at a grant application. This is, I think, an important one if we can get it, to upgrade the road between Highway 2 and 169, 8th Avenue over there. For those that are out there and are looking, the new Taco Bell, if you drove through that road, even though it's a block and a half long from Highway 2 up to 169, it's a rough stretch of road, so we're looking for a grant application that can help us fix that piece of road under some MnDOT funding resources. The other big thing that we had done is transferred approximately $455,000 from capital projects fund to do some debt service fund and GO improvement bond, some closing of some of those accounts. We authorized a liquor license for McRosty for another event, as well as the curling club. We had a reappointment to the Arts and Culture Commission. We adopted the bylaws of the Arts and Culture Commission. We accepted the resignation with regrets of 3 members of the Police Civil Service Commission. I'll talk a little bit more about that later when we get into what had happened in the regular meeting. Under the regular agenda, department head report this evening was from Park and Rec. Dale Anderson come in and he talked a little bit about the forming of a new park in one of our newly annexed areas, the Reamer de Shepherd. Talk a little bit about funding needs at the arena and looking at potentially how could we fund some of those improvements out there, and the thought coming from our state legislators, Senator Saxog and Representative Anzelks, is that the state may be looking at doing something under the Mighty Ducks kind of a format that had been done in the past, and maybe that's a venue and a way that we could go. Keep in mind that the old arena, the west venue of the arena, the ice and the flooring was put in there in 1967, so we've got a long life out of that. We're going to need to do something with that facility coming up in the future. We signed a lease agreement with Matt Alstead for 1 year, a task of strength and conditioning to run the weight room at the arena. We passed, finally, we passed the resolutions adopting the city tax levy payable in 2015, the general fund revenue and expenditure budgets, and the enterprise budgets for the Kegma Golf Course and the stormwater utilities. We okayed our police chief to get some new recorders. It's an important part of the process that they have, that they are able to record and transcribe, so we authorized the purchase of 10 new recorders for about $4,200. Jeff Davies came in and we've got a $10,000 that we had used to plant trees. Looking at Grand Rapids as a tree city, how do we go about making sure that the trees that we have are sturdy enough to withstand some of the different diseases that are prevalent out there right now. So in order to do that, we had to revise our ordinance on vegetation for the city of Grand Rapids, so we did that as well tonight. Under administration, we authorized and we are recognizing that the second Monday of October as Indigenous Peoples Day. There was a lot of discussion and we came to a hybrid kind of a resolution, whereas it'll still be known as Columbus Day. That's a federally acknowledged holiday, but in Grand Rapids, along with Columbus Day, that same day we will be recognizing Indigenous people in the city of Grand Rapids. We're going to, and we did take action, we abolished the police civil service. I talked about that earlier, and we will be working by the first Monday meeting in February, a policy that would be brought forward by our city administrator, our city attorney, and our current interim police chief on how we would take care of some of those issues as a replacement as an advisory group. We paid the bills, and we look forward to visiting with everybody. It's going to be a while now. With this being the third Monday, typically we are on the fourth Monday, so we've got about 5 weeks now between council meetings, so we're looking forward to visiting with you again on January 12th, at which time my report will include feedback and input from two new council members, Councilmember Bill Ziggy and John Toivonen, who are new to the council, and wish them the best, and they'll hit the ground running. They've been in getting some pre-knowledge from our city administrator and department heads, so we're excited about their opportunity to come on the board council starting in January at the January 12th meeting.